It is Sunday, September 19th, 2021. Back from work. Autumn equinox is tomorrow. I decided not to go for a run today. It's already hot out. But tomorrow and tonight, it's going to start to cool off. And hopefully it won't get as warm again. Again. It keeps doing that, But hopefully this time it doesn't need to get up that hot again this year. That'd be nice. Anyway. Nothing's really happened. I guess my weekend was mostly revolving around learning a new interface at work, how to navigate screens and inventory management and resources and information. And so that was a little stressful. But it wasn't just me, it was everybody. The ones of us that, are responsible for that sort of thing, which is a fair number. So I wasn't suffering by myself in my confusion and trying to figure out stuff. Because they don't do this very often, like every couple decades or so. And I guess it was time for a change. And the old system was very, when you look at it versus the new, it's like, oh, wow. It was very analog in a more digital environment. So, I don't know. It takes some getting used to, just like anything, new. And there definitely was resistance to change, of course. But it wasn't like we were being offered a choice. It was just like, well, too bad. You can learn it, or I don't know. So people still have a choice. They don't have to work there if they don't. Who knows? But anyway, I just used the opportunity to get as much information and ask as many questions as I possibly could while the person was there to help us transition. So yeah, and I made some mistakes, and and kind of figured it out on my own, and made adjustments as best I knew how, which was usually more work than what was necessary or called for. But I tend to, without knowing the shortcuts, I will kind of use a digital brute force. Like if I was trying to solve a combination lock that had 4 dials, I would, and like a possible 9,999 combinations, I would just brute force it. 0001, 0002, 0003. I would just, it would take some time, but I'd get there eventually. But anyway, not that bad, of course, but just as an exaggeration, for example. But by the end of the weekend, this morning, I had a pretty good idea of what I was doing. I was doing it badly on Friday and Saturday, or I was doing it less efficiently. I wasn't doing it badly. I was doing it less efficiently. And I'm the one that's judging. I'm the one that's holding myself up to some standard of my own expectations. No one's really watching over my shoulder or criticizing me, or even, they don't even know. But but I know, so I want to do a good job, or do a decent job to make it easier on myself, because the better a job I do, and the more coordinated and organized it is, it makes it easier for myself going forward. So it's like setting the foundation this weekend to get the information as clear as possible. So later on, it's just already done. And because no one was going to do it for me. And if they did, they would probably messed it up. Or who knows? I don't know. But that's work. And I don't really care about that so much. Because work is not who I am. It's just something I do. And it affords me some creature comforts. Creature comforts. It's a strange phrase. We don't say human comforts, we say creature comforts. But, and I've been thinking about how I haven't had any direct, and it's like, well, I know, or I don't know, and that's okay. But I like to think, and I have theories, that, there's just stuff going on behind the scenes that I don't know about. I don't need to know about. I shouldn't know about. And, or, I am just completely misinterpreting everything. And, I'm just a strange person being tolerated. And no one has the heart to tell me anything. It's like, dude. It's all imagination. It's all imaginary. It's all fiction. It's all just, letters to the void. And to an idea, to a representation, to an image, to a construct that doesn't actually exist. And, yeah. So if anything, I've been tolerated as far as my intrusion into comfort zones. And probably crossed boundaries and trespassed and violated and offended along the way without knowing. Not that I meant any harm or anything. But that explains a great deal. The silence, and the disconnect, and it's like, usually people go away when that sort of stuff happens. But I'm not usual, I guess. Who knows? Or even scarier, what if I'm right? And there actually is kind of what I think might be going on actually is kind of going on or something. And it's just happening in a really indiscernible fashion where I can't make it out. And it might be the exact same thing on the other side, where it's like, it's like working towards the same sort of thing or idea or sentiment, but working at it from different angles, not immediately complementary, but moving in that direction, maybe. So it's like that's why I continue to be observant and contribute where I can. Because, I am interested. I've been interested for a while, with strange periods of disbelief where I thought, I should just go. But then seeing, it's like, wait a second, I'm trying to make connections and see patterns, and maybe there aren't any patterns to see, and I'm just creating the patterns, to try to find depth and meaning that suit the reality that I'm trying to construct or fabricate, that I like. It's not wrong to like a particular version of reality. My accuracy might be way off, though. And if I'm asking something that isn't wanted, or, attributing or projecting aspects that another person is no. Well, it's like, same thing goes for me. When it's like I feel or have felt that people are attributing me with character and quality, and that it's like I can never be or have or do like how people might want me to be for them. I can't. And so I just kind of, and if they keep insisting, then I'll just have to go away, basically, or just stop interacting. So I get that. So I try not to do that, make assumptions and presumptions and assessments of other people. But if they actually are as I think they are, then, so it's like, in this case, it's like, I don't think I'm far off, and I think I like what I see. So, and there might be more. There might be more that I just don't even know about or don't fully appreciate because I haven't. But I think I've seen a pretty broad spectrum analysis of a narrow band. I'm sure there's more, but that's what getting to know a person's about, I guess. I haven't seen them up against different situations and environments. I've only seen what I've been allowed to be seen and shown. And I've probably investigated and seen more than what they actually cared for. Seen different sides of them that maybe I shouldn't have, or they wouldn't have liked. It's like those were private. And so I stopped. It's like, oh, well, I've gone too far. So I just decided to let them decide what to show me. And it's not about me. That's the other thing. It never has been. It's not about me. It's not for me. It has nothing to do with me and is none of my business. Unless it is made to become my business because I am wanted to stick around, to be a part of, not an outsider, not a stranger, not a casual observer or witness or vague participant that wandered by and writes some interesting things every now and again. I'd like to think that I was something more, but I might not be, for all I know. I might be an idea. An idea that talks back. Not just a figment. Not just a phantom. And not a ghost either. Though some might argue with that. But anyway, I enjoy these conversations, and I enjoy writing with the audience in mind. I get to explore ideas and territory and concepts that I normally wouldn't on my own. I wouldn't seek them out typically. Maybe I will in the future on my own. I don't know. Now that I've been exposed. But I do like having something to bounce off of, something to reflect on, more than just me, just talking to myself. I can only go so far. But if I have somebody else, I can see things from a different perspective, and I don't feel as alone. Not that it's like I'm pretty used to it, but and I don't mind it so much. But it's nice not to feel alone. I wonder what that's like, but other people seem to enjoy it. That whole thing, whatever that is. But I don't have much of a sense of it. I just have times where I'm mostly okay, but then I just notice it, mostly because I see other people enjoying the company of other people. And it's like, huh. Because I'm usually in the process of trying to get away from other people. Desperately seeking solitude. So, but I kind of figure maybe and even people in the autistic community, it's like they seem to enjoy the company of other people that understand them, that get them, that understand boundaries and sensitivities and considerateness, and it's just maybe I've never experienced that, so it's like I have no idea what that's like. For me, people are just stressful, and and drama, and I don't understand a lot, and whatever I do understand is a lot of times it's just wrong, and I don't get the social or communication. I mean, I give off a good impression, and people think I get it. People think I'm a lot smarter than what I actually am, or I'm smarter in a different way than what people think. I'm given too much credit for understanding things that I don't understand, and it's because people see me for being how it is I represent myself, and I'm not trying to misrepresent myself, but my outer appearance does not convey what's going on up here and how I am interacting and visualizing and seeing everything and thinking about it and what I understand. What is my takeaway? So I don't mean to be, and I don't think I am. I don't think I am. Cold and calculating and jaded and all that fun stuff. I just think I have a limit to what I can allow myself to feel at the surface. I just, once it starts manifesting, I have to get away. I don't feel comfortable being emotional in public, sort of thing. So I'm like trying to, I start to, it's like I need to So I wouldn't, like I say, I'm not too sensitive. I'm just extra sensitive. Picking up on other people. So I guess that's all I have to say. And I did notice when I picked this up that this is not the 200th session. This is the 201st. The last one was the 200th. But there was like a couple little weather videos in there too. So, I don't know. So this will be the 201st video. And I wasn't happy about the one that comes before this one, the longer one. I was talking about something, and I shouldn't have been talking about it. I don't like to speak ill of somebody. Who just has problems, just like everybody else, just like me, interpreting and understanding the reality in which they find themselves a part of, and finding things confusing or hurtful or saddening, or and just like I don't understand the things I don't understand, and am frustrated by it, and feel that people are frustrated with me because of I don't seem to understand. I'm sure it's the same way for a lot of people, or they get frustrated too. They get angry for not understanding, and they project their own feelings onto others as being the source of it, the cause of it. Where it's like, no, it's in here. It's like no one can make me angry. I make me angry. So, or I make me sad. It could be external stimuli, but it's me. So I can, so I don't know how to teach that. I can talk about it, and maybe people understand it in their own way, maybe through experience they can practice it, and identify how to emulate it and make it work for them, to adapt it. But it takes practice and time. A lot of people just don't care. They want other people to make them happy, to just make it, to be the person who they want them to be for them, so they don't have to figure it out, so they don't have to spend any mental energy or give attention or do the work to feel however it is they want to feel. So it's like I can feel sad about a lot of things, and I can try to rationalize it away, or say that I'm doing enough, or I'm doing as much as I know how with the time I have. Because feeling sad about things doesn't change much, unless it changes to lead to action, which inspires or motivates further change, or communicates a need. So, everything comes from somewhere, and nothing goes to waste. It all does mean something. The essence and the essential. And still, I'm going on and on. I'm no different than anybody else, besides being, a misfit among misfits. It's like I don't even feel like, as far as being in the neurodiverse crowd, it's like I don't feel like I fit in there either. It's like, I'm definitely, it's like I can force myself to fit in with neurotypical people, because that's how it's always been. And so I can just throw up whatever partitioning and compartmentalization that allows me to interact and just deal with everything. Which is very hard. Because I've just been dealing with everything for so long. Adapting myself so I could fit in or not get noticed or just be allowed to live without being seen as strange. Who knows exactly what kind of effect that's had. And then just coming to terms with it being okay to be how it is I am and how I think and feel and interact with the world. I was okay the entire time. I just didn't know it. I thought I was just wrong. And then trying to figure out how to stop. It's very difficult. And no one can do it but me. I have to just continue to work at it and recognize it. So I try to observe some of the other, autistic people in the different little community groups that I'm part of, and see how they do things. And it seems like everybody has the same problems, and I'm not alone. And a lot of people have more problems than I do. It's like I'm probably in one of the maybe it's because I've just had as much, the late diagnosis. It's like I had so much practice at being an artificial human being. Just pretending. So it's like I was pretending to be something that I wasn't for so long. It's like I don't know how to be real. That's scary. So I just have to be very, very careful about how I interact with people. Because I can accidentally do, I consider myself a threat. So I'm not really so much, I consider people a threat to me, but I'm also a potential threat to other people because they don't know who they're dealing with, who they're talking to. And I don't always know. It's like how much of what they're seeing is, actually, me, or is it a mask, or me projecting or representing or putting out a false image? Being real is, this is me trying to be real now. This is trying to create something real. To what end? I couldn't tell you. But it feels right. So I think I'm on the right track. You know, I spent so much time guessing at reality and guessing at other people and like what do people think? What do they want? What do they feel? What are they doing? Why are they doing it? Why do they even enjoy that? It's like it doesn't make sense. Do they really like it or do they just think they do? And they're just, trying to be normal themselves. And they think that this is how they're supposed to be, so this is what they do. So, I don't know. Who am I to judge, I guess? Sure, what I do or don't do is equally as confusing. Don't I get bored? No. And I don't. I don't know. So, being real is one of the most, I think it's more challenging. In its complexity and subtlety, than getting over an addiction. Because everything is tied back into being real, So addiction is just a way of not dealing with it, of not thinking, of escaping, of avoiding, of hiding, of being fake, of being artificial, of, all these nasty words. So it's like being real and discovering reality. That is, I think, far more difficult, probably far more rewarding, I hope, than getting over or managing or suppressing or dealing with. I don't know what the words are. Addiction, or it's like I quit drinking, and that helped a lot. And then, a couple years after that, I quit smoking on my own, without anybody prompting me, without anybody suggesting. I just decided, hey, I want to do this because if I'm going to live, and I'm going to decide to live, then I want to live better. And smoking was not helping. And smoking, I felt bad about. And so it's like, yeah. And since I quit smoking, I like myself better. I like the world better. I like that I can do things better. My time is not so monopolized and taken by smoking. That's one less thing that I have to worry about and be concerned about. So I quit drinking and got my life back, or was given a new one, or found a new one, or something else. The guy that was here before wasn't using it anyway. So, I'm doing pretty well. Being more responsible. Taking care of myself. Becoming who I want to be, not who I think I ought to be, just becoming who I am. And it's not who anybody else wants me to be for them. But if I happen to be a person that is wanted or liked, or as I am, for the potential of who I am and where I'm going and what I'm doing, and on my personal journey, it's like I would welcome a companion. But I don't want somebody that is just, well, I don't know what I want. Let's just say that. But I do see people that I like, and I appreciate what they're doing and how they're doing it and how they see the world. And it's like, I like that. It's like, I might see the world a bit like that too. Magic, mystery, things like that. More than I ever used to. So, leaving room for the unexpected, the unexplained. So, anyway, and I might even be having fun. Or I might even be happy and I just don't know it. Don't tell anyone. So, I should probably go. This is a much better video than the one that came before this one. So, if this was, let's call this one the 200th episode. And, I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm doing these. I'm glad for the ratings. So, I guess that's enough. Yeah. So, anyway, until next time.